Namaste. It's the master of me, Joseph Brown, coming to you with an amazing video and a great update. Here I am on day 21, full of life, full of energy. I have eaten no food for 21 days. This is the start of the third week at midnight. I'll be starting my 22nd day. Okay. So the first thing that I want to do is go back and talk about the beginning of my fast, where that first week, the only thing I did was just drink a little bit of water. And the first day was pretty tough. The second day got a little bit tougher. When I say it got tough, that means I started having like my stomach growling and just getting a little bit irritable and start to go through some withdrawal symptoms. I want to say first, thank you for stopping by my channel and coming to watch my video. If you like the information that I'm bringing to you, can you please like, subscribe, and share the video, because I believe this is a lot of very important stuff that I'm going to be sharing, and I want this information to get out there to everyone. So help me in my mission to educate people of what I know about the subject matter pertaining to fasting. Thank you. Okay, I'll go back to my first week. My first day wasn't as bad. The second day, stomach, irritable, growling, just the normal stuff. And once I overcame that, made it to the third day, and things started to get a little bit, I would say, lighter on my stomach. The mumbling and grumbling started to cease a little bit. And after the third day, I wasn't drinking a whole lot of water during those like first 3 days, and I started cramping in my wrist. My wrist started to lock up on me. And years ago, I used to have carpal tunnel on both my wrists. That's why you can see I'm wearing copper bracelets on both my arms now to help the electricity flow a little bit better through my body, my wrists, my arms. Okay. So my leg was cramping up also. And then I realized that, I was getting dehydrated really fast. So I decided to up my water intake after I said probably the fourth or fifth day. A little bit more on the fourth day. I probably maybe drank a half a gallon of water. Not very much before that. The fifth day, I drank 14 ounces of water, maybe 16 at the most. And that's when my body really started cramping. So I went to the sixth day and I drank a lot more water. Okay, and then after the sixth day, I think that was the last day I actually took a poop. I actually took a picture of that. Whenever I get to go back and do some editing, maybe I'll make another video and I'll add those pictures so you can kind of have a better idea of what I'm talking about as far as when I took a poop, how much it was, what it looked like, and all that good stuff. So after the sixth day, I stopped pooping. On the seventh day, from my research and my studying, after the seventh day, your digestive system shuts itself down. When there's no more food coming down into the intestines, your body stops producing acid and stops shooting acid in there like it normally would do early in the morning. Shoot acid in there, get ready for my breakfast to come in so I can start breaking it down and digesting it. It takes 7 days before your body actually receives that message that there's nothing else going inside, so it can stop shooting acid in there, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. So when your body does that, it's like it kicks in itself into ketosis from what I'm learning, and it starts to become more efficiently run and managed because it's not using all the energy to break down and digest food. So all that energy that was being consumed to digest food and extract nutrients and minerals and vitamins from it and excrete the waste, that process is no longer happening anymore. And a part of that process when I'm eating just fruits takes 3 hours. Bam, fruits are in, minerals are extracted, it's digested, and it's released. I get that maybe 30 minutes into eating that, I start feeling those results and those benefits from eating those fruits. I eat vegetables 24 hours it takes for your body to break down those vegetables, the fiber and everything, and extract the nutrients and minerals and get the waste out of the system. Then when you move on, if you're eating, if I'm eating, I'm gonna use me as an example for everything I tell you. And whatever, you hear, if it sounds like it resonates with you, maybe you could try it, see if it works for you also the same way. But after the third day, if you ingest raw meat, raw food, it takes 3 days. Okay, not after the third day, but okay, lost my train of thought for a second. But when you go on to raw meats, the third thing is what I meant to say. It takes 3 days for your body to break that down. If there's anything nutritious in it, to extract it from it and get rid of the waste. And then if you eat processed and cooked foods, it takes 4 to 5 days for your body to break all that down, digest it, extract anything, if there's anything that hasn't been processed out of there or cooked that's nutritious. Okay, so what I'm getting to is that when you cook food, you kill everything, all the live enzymes, all the nutrients, anything in it that was nutritious. When you cook above the solar energy of the sun, which is 135 degrees, that temperature the sun never reaches. Thank goodness, because if it did, everything on the entire planet would die. Okay, so we do not want to cook our food at temperatures above 135 degrees because that's the hottest temperature that the sun, if it ever got to, would destroy everything on this earth. So we don't want to overcook at such high heats because we're going to kill all the live enzymes which our body needs to break down and extract the nutrients and get rid of the food. Okay, we don't want the body to be working extra hard to try to eliminate dead food, which is waste from the body that has no nutritional value. So I look at food a lot differently nowadays. I look at it from a fuel standpoint. I look at what's going to be the cleanest, fastest burning fuel that I'm going to put in my body. Fruits, I've learned the fastest, most efficient. Not only that, after just eating fruits, I can run all day, just like I'm on a Red Bull every 2 hours, okay, with no crash and no coming down on just an all fruit diet. So, of course, I've advanced a little bit further along my way in that journey to come to fasting. The first time I actually did an extended fast, well, I grew up, brought up in the church, doing fast, 3 day fast, nothing to eat, nothing to drink. That's it. You late, just quit eating 6 o'clock on Monday, start back 3 days later, or 6 o'clock on 3 days later. No food, no water, no nothing. And we just went right back to eating food like we never stopped. So it wasn't like I had to start with fruits or soups or juices or anything like that. Whereas now I'm doing an extended fast, and the first time I did one was about 3.5 years ago. I started with a 10-day fast. I was expecting or trying to go to 14 to 21 days during that time. And it started out great, nothing but distilled water throughout the entire process. I didn't have any herbs or anything else that I was taking during that time. and I found out I had a lot of fluid during that time, which was great because stuff in my food that was wasted lined in my intestines. It started to be used for fuel by my body because I was going to the gym every single day, running on a treadmill for an hour, hour and a half a day. At that time, like I said, this is pretty brand new to me, doing an extended fast like that, and I hadn't did too much extensive research on it as to where I am now, where I know a lot more about fasting and the benefits of fasting. So I am a lot more confident this time around on this fast, and I'm not as scared or worried or fearful like I was the first time around when I went for the 10 days, and it was a great experience because, like I said, I had a lot of flatulence, so a lot of the toxic waste and things that were stored in my muscles and my tissues and in my set, just throughout my body started to be released. And once all of those different energies were starting to be released, my energy just started to soar through the roof. It skyrocketed. But back then, I didn't know when you are detoxing your body and cleansing, you want to rest during that time. You don't want to be like I was, running around, going to the gym, working out, going shopping, just doing all kinds of stuff, cooking, whatever, anything to stay busy. And even on the eighth day, I decided to go and get a job at a fiberglass company and start working because I had so much energy and I didn't know what to do with it. But I didn't know during that time when you're on a fast like that, you don't want to burn muscle. Going to the gym and working out will have you burning your muscle. Okay, all your glucose, your sugar, everything's going to be used up to burn muscle instead of fat, which is what I learned during a detox like that. You want to let the fat cells burn. Okay, so you want to just lay around, sit around, and be pretty lazy. That's it. You just want to be a house bum if you can. So it worked out great for me during that time. I was an Uber driver. I was also delivering for Postmates and going grocery shopping for Instacart and shopping and delivering groceries also. So I had 3 contract jobs set up. Also, actually, I went and got some more of those lined up. I had about 7 of those lined up with a newspaper job. That was a contract job. Then I was doing Jimmy John's for lunch and 5 days a week and 2 days in the evening, 3 hours for each one of those shifts. So 21 hours a week. Also driving taxi, which I was doing Uber out of, which I didn't know at that time. I shouldn't have been renting a taxi to do Uber out of. Okay. Learning curve for everything. Okay. My fault, Uber. But also I was driving for Big City Limousine out of Sussex, Wisconsin. Hey, Joe Ciardo, Big City Limousine. So if you're ever in Wisconsin and you need a party bus or a limousine or a ride or from the airport or anything like that, Joe Ciardo over at Big City Limousine, he's the man that can help you out. He's a great guy, and he took me in and his family, and he showed me the ropes, and he just, helped me out a lot in that arena. I want to thank him for that also. Like I said, I was doing like 7 jobs during that time. I had so much energy, it was ridiculous. But after the 8th, during my fast, I stopped driving. I stopped doing all that kind of stuff. And doing by the 8th day, I just said, forget it. A buddy of mine is working at a fiberglass company in Milwaukee here, in West Dallas. And I decided to go and sign up and start working at the fiberglass company. And we worked like 10-hour days. They told me, even though I thought I was working really fast, I need to work faster. So the next day I came in, I'm working as hard as I possibly can. I'm busting sweats like you wouldn't believe, and I'm exhausting all of my energies. And during that time, I didn't know anything about grounding or meditating or yoga or anything. So The company decided to order pizza that evening for everybody. And even though I was on a fast for 10 days, I hadn't eaten nothing for 10 days now. The first thing I did, I let my supervisor talk me into taking a slice of that veggie pizza when it came in to eat. He was like, "Yeah, you need to eat something. You're gonna pass out." And like I said, during that time, this was all brand new to me. I didn't have a clue as to what was what. Didn't know what I was doing. So I ate some pizza, and that was the day I broke my fast. So after that, I kind of felt bummed out, let down because even though I had made it to 10 days, my goal was ultimately 14 to 21 days. So thank you this time around. I'm at 21 days right now. So I surpassed that goal that I set out for myself 3.5 years ago. And I am so freaking happy. I'm so full of energy. I'm so full of life. I was just about, even though it's just in the evening time now here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's 6:35. I have not taken anything yet today. I usually get up early in the morning, try to take my herbs between 6 and 9, because for the last five out of 4 or 5 days, I went to the gym. Today I didn't go. So out of the last 6 days, I went 4 days to play basketball, work out a little bit, just kind of pick up a few weights to see where my strength was at. So I actually did some bench pressing and some things of that nature. Even though everything I learned was not to, uh, on my first time around, was not to work out and exercise. This time I'm actually taking some supplements to help me out to make it through this fast. And I really do like the supplements that I'm taking. That's why I got things set up here so I can kind of show you guys what I'm taking and what I'm doing. Let's see if this light is too much here, but I want to be able to show you exactly what it is I'm doing. Okay, I like to take my herbs. I don't have any capsules. If I would, it wouldn't be the gelatin ones. It would definitely be the vegan capsules. I'm gonna let you know those are a little bit more pricier, more expensive. But anything to combat your health problems and your health issues or anything like that, I mean, it's worth the extra dollar, or extra $5 or whatever it may cost. So the first thing I like to do when I get up, I take some pretty bitter stuff here. And I'm gonna start out with the bitter stuff first because I take that in a smaller dosage. And that will be my buddy neem powder. I love neem powder. I swear by neem powder. All of the powders and herbs that I have come from the Indian store. Thank you to the Indians. I love you guys. I'm glad I found you. I'm glad I found your store. I'm glad I use your products because they are not too pricey. And not only that, they work really good. So I usually take just a little bit and put it on a spoon, about a quarter of a teaspoon of that neem. Because like I said, it's very, very powerful. It's very bitter. And you don't want to get that in your mouth. So I take water with it. I put the water in my back of my mouth first and try to get the spoon back there and dump it right in there and swallow it all in one. So here we go. And if you do that right, like I did that time, you won't choke and you won't taste the bitterness of that neem. The neem is very powerful, like I said. So then I like to get me some turmeric because neem and turmeric work so well together. But of course, those of you that know that use turmeric, you know that it has curcumin in it. And to help activate that curcumin, I try to use about a quarter teaspoon, maybe a little bit more of the turmeric because it's not as bitter as the neem is, but they work so well together. And then as I was saying, to release the curcumin in the turmeric, you have to add a little bit of black pepper to that. And that's going to help to bring out the curcumin, which is going to give you the fighting power that you need to combat, parasites, mold, mildew, candida, fungus, anything, any kind of toxic buildup that you might have going on inside of your body. So, bam, bam. Once again, I got my water, got my turmeric. Put my water in first. That's great. I love it. Get those two out of the way right away. And I do have a cabinet full of herbs. I can talk more about those maybe in another video. That's what we'll do. We'll do another video soon talking about that. So the next thing I like to go for is my ashwaganda, just like lion's mane. It's good for mental focus and clarity. Okay. So you want to always make sure that your mind is strong and focused on, what you want to, the task at hand, whatever you want to accomplish. So far, another benefit I've learned being on this fast is all of the chatter, the mind chatter, the negative talk, self-talk, and everything else has completely just stopped. Every now and then I might get a negative thought or something come through my mind, roll through, but I can maintain it. I can, tolerate only having a couple of thoughts enter my mind that's negative throughout the day versus 60,000 thoughts running through my mind throughout the course of a day, and 50,000 or more of those be all negative thoughts and feelings. So I feel more calm, a lot calmer, more at ease, especially when I'm taking my ashwaganda. Thank you to the makers and creators of this stuff. Good Lord, thank you. And another thing I learned also, when you're detoxing your body and everything, you don't just detox from the stuff that's inside your body. You got to detox from your external world also, from toxic people, negative attitudes, negative thoughts, negative behaviors. That's part of the spiritual journey and the growth that you receive also. Sorry for that interruption. I had some neighbors that was coming to deliver some news. Get back to the ashwaganda. Like I said, I love this stuff. It actually tastes pretty good. It's not really bitter. And it's good, to help deal with your stress also. So if you're a person that has a lot of stress, this is very good at calming you down. Winter cherry, Indian ginseng. All right. And I like this stuff so much that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 bottles of this stuff in my cabinet, okay, at least. The next thing I love is this licorice powder. Okay, this is a sweet root. And I try to put a half a teaspoon on there, but a little bit more than half a teaspoon. And it's great, okay? This helps nourish eyes, hair, voice box, and nervous system. May support good memory and analytical abilities in a person also. Considered to have anti-inflammatory and hypoglycemic properties. Okay. And it's sweet root. That's the name of it. Licorice means it's yastimadu means sweet root. Okay. It says it may support immunity, maintaining cholesterol levels, and nourishing the nervous system. So that goes right along with ashwagandha. They work hand in hand pretty good, and they both taste pretty good too. So then I bring out the big guns, which when I say the big guns, I just mean a bigger spoon, because this one right here is the mother of all mothers here, moringa. Actually, this is the drumstick leaf powder, and this is so good. I mean, it goes down so good. A tablespoon of this finely rich green powder. My goodness, it is so good that I can go ahead and swallow a whole tablespoon down with not a whole lot of water. I love it so much. The taste, everything, and it does my body magnificence. I could eat that all day. That is so wonderful. I mean, I only started out with taking a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons here and there per day, but now I'm boosting it up to the whole tablespoon or more. I really want to start doing double the amount, so at least twice a day of what I've been doing, because like I said, my activity level has been really high. I haven't just been sitting around the house doing nothing. I've been sitting around the house cooking for the first week. That's all I did was just cook nonstop, which I have a lot of pictures up on Facebook. Health is Wealth, Joseph Brown. You can go on there and check me out. My Health is Wealth group on there, where I'm posting a lot of information about food, fasting, urine therapy, all kinds of different stuff on there. As you can see some of those videos on here also, but I take a little bit more time on there and get more in depth, because I got people, a couple hundred people that's following right now. Out of, say, I think I started this group 4 to 5 months ago, so they're coming in slowly but surely. And the more I do videos and things of that nature like this, the more people will start to know that I'm serious about what I say and about what I do, because I'm putting more information out here for them to see me actually doing what I'm telling you that I'm doing. So this is something brand new that I just added today, but it's something I definitely used in the past. It's a blood purifier called Safi. And I just take a teaspoon of that right off the spoon. And like I said, today was my first day going back to Safi. Safi's combination of 28 essential herbal extracts, including Sana, Rivan, Chini, Neem. There's Neem again. Shirata and Tosi keep your skin pimple free and glowing naturally. Safi also checks nose bleeding, cures constipation, corrects indigestion, and helps you stay slim and smart. So go ahead and experience Safi's 21 days change. So this is 21 days formula. So I assume you take, it says dose 10 milliliters, 2 teaspoons once a day with 1 glass of fresh water. There you go, my Safi. I'm letting everybody know all of my secrets, letting them all out the bag, because it shouldn't cost a lot to take care of yourself. And I love myself now a lot more. So it's easy for me to share with you what works for me, because I love me, which makes it easier for me to love you. And if I really truly love you, I can tell you what I'm doing and the benefits that I'm receiving from doing it without charging you a dime, and pointing you in a better direction as far as where to go to try some stuff that can help you out, especially if you're on low income, a fixed income, a budget, anything like that, which in today's society, 90% of the population is. So it's only 3% to 5% of the population that knows what to do, how to take care of themselves, and have the money to be able to afford the best help there is out there as far as nutritionists and natural herbal doctors and things of that nature. This is something I added within the last 2 weeks. It's called Irish seamoss. I make it myself from raw gel. This has turmeric in it, a little bit of agave. It has real fruit like mango, pineapple, and this time I added blackberries to it. I take about a tablespoon of that. Mm, that is so good. I make this myself. This I just got in a regular Tostitos jar, but I do have some made up in mason jars for sale. I got the smaller size, which is the 16 ounce for $35. Then I have the larger size, which is 32 ounce size for $60. And that doesn't include shipping. If I have to ship anything to you or free stuff, or if I would ship this to you, it wouldn't be in glass. It would definitely be in plastic, and I would have to, get the sealer machine and free and seal the bags for you and ship it to you frozen. But yeah, right now I pretty much said a mouthful. I don't want to get this video to be too long because I want people to actually start watching these videos all the way to the end. And I'm gonna put a call to action once again. If you enjoyed the information that I was here sharing with you today, can you please like, subscribe, and share the video? It's the master of me, Joseph Brown. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food, said Socrates. Eat to live. I say take the 30-day fruit challenge. Challenge yourself to 30 days with nothing but all the fruits and vegetables and juices that you want, smoothies. You can eat 24 hours a day if you like. This stuff is not going to make you fat. It's not going to make you sick. You're not going to have a sugar spike or anything like that because everything is all natural from the earth. Fruits, I recommend all the berries: raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, goji berry. I got Indian gooseberry, jamun, golden berry. I mean, there's so many different berries that you can go for, and they all will love your body back to health. Fruits is going to pull out the toxins, tear your body down, and then a couple of vegetables to just build your body back up. Or mangoes, if you want to go from those berries, go to mangoes, watermelons, winter melons, different things of that nature, or watermelon with seeds, preferably grapes with seeds work well, and also cherries. I swear by cherries, grapes, and watermelon. Those are my three favorite to go with. I did those for a month before, and I lost 40 pounds, just melted away like magic. Okay, cherries, grapes, and watermelon, and a couple of salads throughout that month, and that was it. By the end of that month, I was looking and feeling half my age. So yes, that's a diet that I definitely recommend. At my heaviest, I was 270 pounds. As I stand right here before you today, I'm at about 154 pounds. I didn't weigh myself since yesterday and today, so that's another thing that I want to do when I complete this video is to get off here and want to weigh myself. Check all my vitals, which I've been doing from time to time. I haven't really felt like I needed to, but I did have one day at one point, which I'll tell about in my next video, where my energy took a dive. So if you want to know more about my journey, and after the first week, we can move on to the second week, and I can tell you more about what happened during the second week in the next video. So thank you once again. Eat to live. Your health is your wealth. So take care of your wealth, which is your health now. I love you. And I would definitely make the next video talking about my second week of my fast. Namaste.